I want to know a little bit, of course this is a hard thing to explain, but what your songs are about, the text, what the music is. I don't know if it's changed from when you started 10 years ago, but I know in interviewing fans and people in Leningrad, when they mention the bands from the beginning that have changed their lives, they mention Aquarium, they mention Zoo, so something must have been very important in your music.
You talk about the music or the words?
Both. You can talk about both.
Music, you know, time goes on and music changes. So, not to... I cannot say too many words about that. As for words, I think I sing about what is here and now. All situations, maybe dirty situations, maybe clean situations, maybe love, maybe some craziness, maybe some hang-ups. Everything that is here and now. About common problems, for me, my problems that are maybe someone else's problems. So that's that.
And what, I mean, if somebody asked, you know, that didn't know your music and said, well, what kind of band is it? You know, Lisa, they kind of call new wave techno pop. Boris, sometimes they call kind of folk music and rock music. It's all different. What if you had to classify, again, it's a hard thing to do, classify your music, but what kind of band would you consider Zoo?
I think we're just a rock and roll band. Just a rock and roll band. Though I have some ballads, acoustic ballads. But as a group, we're just straight rock and roll band.
Has it been this? Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe a kind of, some kind of style. Well, we play the blues, we play rock and roll. Maybe we sound a bit like Rolling Stones. A bit, but not like that.
Was it a major influence?
What?
Was it a major influence?
One of the influences, too many influences.
What are they?
Yeah.
I think that every music that I heard influenced me somehow. Some music that I like, or I don't like, it influences.
Russian music also?
Yes, yes.
Any particular ones, Russian music?
Russian
that
music.
influenced
Well,
you?
I liked Машина времени. In 1977 they were the greatest Russian band. Aquarium, of course. Well, I always liked Санкт-Петербург and Большой железный колокол with Nikolai Korzynin. Yuri Ilchenko. Russian influences, yes.
What do you think, I mean, because you've heard, of course, a lot of the music from the West. What do you think is the difference, of course, beside singing in Russian and singing English, what differences do you find in Western music and Eastern music?
Well, I would say that Eastern music is much less commercial. We do just what we like to do, and no one tells us what to do. When we are in studio, when we're recording in studio. Then a lot of differences were limited in that point that we have not 1,000 synthesizers and Gibsons and Fenders, you know, we play on rather cheap guitars. We don't have that recording facilities that they have in the West, but we just like what we do, and I think that I can honestly say that everything I ever wrote, it was very honest. I didn't ever write a commercial song that it would go to the charts or would be played on television or on radio and so on. Everything I ever wrote is very honest.
Okay, you mentioned a little bit in there about the equipment, that obviously is one of the difficulties of being, I guess,
yes,
an unofficial band or not a professional band. What other, is that the main difficulty, the equipment, or what other kinds of problems do you have being an unofficial band or a non-professional band?
Problems. Well, we play the concerts not so often as we would like to. We can't get a record on in the shops, but though they promised us that it would be that they would have a record. Well, as for touring, sometimes we would like to tour to Moscow or to some big city. It's very rare, maybe 2 or 5 times a year. Well, I don't know what else can I say. There are maybe some difficulties, but I don't know.